Yeah, Sunday, yeah. Hey, I'm back in my bag, I know they missing me. Ay, you know I go hard until they finish me. Ay, I wake up and grind, they try to limit me. Highway to heaven, you know we run high intensity. That's right. I'm back in my bag, I know they missing me. Ay, you know I go hard until they finish me. Ay, I wake up and grind, they try to limit me. Highway to heaven, you know we run high intensity. Sundays with Justin, Mondays we hustling, Tuesdays still training, by Wednesday it's draining, shot wet like it's raining. It's not though, try to knock me off my pivot, I'm straight to the block though. I can't do no pump fake, still watch out for the block though. I'm not your average player, I'm all-star status. Give all y'all answers, not no ball hog bastard. Jump shot look synthetic, but it's all natural. Body full of ice like I got back from.
What's up, y'all? It's Coach Justin. We're here again at the Sit Down Podcast. We have a very, very special guest, my guy Jordan. How's it going, man?
Going good. It's going good.
Appreciate you coming down, bro. I'm eager to hear your story, man. I heard a little bit about it, but I'm eager to hear some more.
Gotcha.
So let's, first of all, how you doing, man? How's everything? I like to do a little mental check-in with everybody.
Everything cool. Feel like I'm straight right now. You know, just grinding right now as a coach.
That's what's up. So, you coaching, huh?
Yeah,
that's dope.
Coach.
That's dope. So take us back, man, to young Jordan and, you know, where you were born and raised, how it was for you growing up and stuff like that.
From Richmond, California, South Side. Really growing up for me was really rough. It was cool at times.
Typical inner city
stuff. Gangs, violence. My big brother in jail.
Oh, wow.
Mom, single parent, 3 brothers. So
where did you fall into?
I was the youngest. I'm the youngest of 3. I got a twin brother and I got an older brother. So for me,
are all y'all hella big?
Yeah. So it was crazy in Richmond. So we had to grow up fast, me and my twin, because we was bigger than everybody. So everybody wanted to, I guess test us, and we had to grow up fast. Our mom was barely there because she had to work, because she got to raise 3 kids by herself. So me and my brother damn near raised each other as far as just learning stuff from the streets, trying to educate ourselves, trying to, be a man earlier than what we should have been. So
how much older is your oldest brother than you guys?
He's 30 right now.
30?
We're 26.
So about 4 years older?
4 to 5 years older.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are y'all close?
Yeah, we're close now. We wasn't real close when we was younger, just due from age differences, him growing up fast, of course, going to jail, being away. So it's we really didn't have that connection, but we always loved and respected him. We always knew who he was, but we didn't really talk as much as we did now. Now we talk a lot. We talk about what happened back then, the could have beens and damn should have been there and this and that.
Right.
But I feel like it makes it better now because we're adults. I feel like when you have a stronger bond as a kid, when you're younger with somebody, when you develop and get older, you lose that bond because it's not the same.
I talk about that a lot on here. It's when you're young and you have, let's say you grow up in a certain neighborhood around certain type of people, or even grow up in the same house as somebody, you're kind of forced to kind of deal with them people. But when you become adults and you find certain commonalities that kind of attract you to other people, so that's actually dope. And it's like you say, better late than never.
Same with my twin. We did not like each other.
For real?
We hated each other.
That's interesting. Did he play football too?
Yeah, we played football too.
Who was better?
I say he was better.
Really?
Yeah. And even though
Are you the humble twin?
50-50. I say that. Even though I got more accomplishments than him and I made him more father, he was one of those dudes, you give him the ball, he can make magic happen.
That's dope.
But I always got the spotlight because I play running back, he played receiver. We never had a quarterback. So you would never really see how good he was. You never really see how raw he was, how talented he was. He played defense, but he loved offense. But, I'm Showtime because I'm running back. I'm always going to get the ball.
That's a good point.
So, just seeing him go from, different position.
Trying to find himself.
Going from the bench and leading in sacks and still not starting. But, he was a dude. I feel like he would have been that guy if he would have just
what down. And I hate to make this about him because I know we're here to talk about him. But why do you think that was? It was just, did he have a bad attitude or just unlucky or what was it?
I feel like he was unlucky as far as the schools he went to. They're more primary running schools. Yeah. And I was it was poor primary run the ball. So he had to showcase his talent more on defense and offense. Then you would see glimpses of him on offense, a deep ball here and there. But that's just to keep the defense honest because we running the ball.
That's actually an important point when you think about it. Again, this is something I repeat a lot, just talking to different athletes to made it to different levels. There's so much luck that goes into somebody's success. Like you got to have the right game in front of the right person at the right time. You got to be in the right system, the right program. You know what I mean? You got to get along with the coach. Personality's got to mesh. It's like it's so much that goes involved that's involved into that success. So that's an interesting point that you make.
And it's like it's a lot of kids who. Like I play with the most talented people that have never played, never played past high school football.
Exactly,
and you would never know because, like, they never got the opportunity to really showcase what they can do because the coaches and the scheme and it didn't fit, and he didn't like the way he dressed or his attitude.
Exactly.
So like,
many different.
It was strict from him, but my brother, he had one more semester at Laney to go to Hawaii,
and he didn't do it.
He was like, "Bro, if I'm not playing football, I ain't going to school." And that's mostly like the athletes
that's
from
how people
Oakland
feel.
and Richmond. Like, if they're not playing football, they're not going to school. They don't care about school. But
I swear we're gonna get back to your story, but that's profound again what you're saying, because I'm 31, so I graduated high school in 2009. So a lot of my friends are like, they're just now, like, their careers are just now starting to come to an end. You know, not fully yet, but they can tell that wind down is coming. And I can only imagine what they're dealing with right now mentally because of that. Like, I mean, imagine their whole life has been devoted to sports.
That's how,
and making it to this level. And a lot of them play pro. They've made great money, which is a blessing. I didn't make it that far. I stopped in college, but I remember being 23, 24, trying to figure out, like, what the fuck am I about to do now?
That's what I'm going through right now.
Really?
It's like you said, we're going to get into it, but my last year playing football was last year. I made it to the NFL. I got to, like, the 3-day training camp, and then they were like, so I had heart cancer.
Wait. We can't fast forward. Let's go back. Let's get to that later. Let's get to that later.
But yeah, it's crazy.
All right, so let's get back into your story. So obviously you and your, at what age do you and your twin start, like, getting along better?
I say 23.
What?
23.
Y'all used to fight a lot?
We used to, like, fist fight at school.
Oh my God.
Like we didn't know each other, and people were like, what's wrong with y'all?
I know your mama used to be hella embarrassed.
Hella mad. We used to be embarrassed. We were like, bro, this is my brother.
Yeah.
But, like, let somebody say something to him.
Yeah, that's
World War III.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But with him, it was, I don't know. I feel like we were just two alpha males, and we had to be dominant. Like, it wasn't no yin and yang. It was, I'm the aggressor, you're the aggressor. Shit,
it made the best man win.
Made the best man win every time, and it was just like that all the time. But he's more quiet, more methodical, more very
calculated.
Very calculated. He's not gonna talk a lot. If you know you, he's gonna talk all day. I'm the same way, but I ease into things more easier than him. Like, I'm more, like, friendly, but he got that different side to the other people. Like, he was in the streets more than me, so, like, everybody knew me as his twin. But then I got the football side where everybody knew him as my twin.
Got you. That's interesting.
But we always had the common middle ground of the football field. Like, we were always both good, but I was more football frenzy. He was more street frenzy. So
yeah, that makes sense.
It gelled more. I got the okays because he was out there. He got the okays because I was out there.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah. So how was school for you growing up? Like, where you went to middle school and stuff all in Richmond?
Yeah. Horrible. It was, I was young in the games, didn't care about football until I really got into high school. But
bro, Richmond is a unique place, bro.
Yeah, it was crazy. 6th grade, we beefing with the other cats on the other side for no reason, just because the older homies do. So
yeah, like, ain't that crazy how beef like that is inherited? You know what I mean? It's like, exactly. You don't even understand what we beefing for. You was not even thought of when this beef started. And but you full-fledged in it.
I played Pop Warner with the same people
that you beefing with.
Were ready to kill me.
That's crazy, bro.
Probably like know my mom and I know theirs, and we grew up together. I played.
Because Richmond is small too.
It's like the only thing that divides us is a train track.
Wow.
That's them over there and us over here, and it's like,
bro, when I moved back from LA, I lived in Richmond for about 1.5 years, and I swear I lived like on Hilltop though, so at the end, like in the San Marcos apartments.
Got you.
And I swear, bro, I went to Walmart and to work. I didn't go nowhere else, no liquor stores. I don't know my way around. I don't really know that many people out there.
That's how I feel about Oakland, but it changed when I got to high school. I got more. Out here is more love and embracing though. Like, even if you from somewhere else, like if you not the police, or you not a
it's
snitch,
more
or you
welcoming.
not this and that. Like they love you, they
That's a good
accept you. You in for good. But out there is just who was fighting middle school, selling drugs middle school,
Damn.
fucking in middle school. Like middle school was just
Again, you grew up early.
Yeah, so it was like we was young, thinking we was grown. But my first love for football was really my 9th grade year. That's when I like knew I loved football.
Really? So, but you played Pop Warner
Played Pop Warner
for the Steelers?
for the Berkeley Cougars.
Oh wow!
When it was the Cougars, not the Junior Bears. I don't know what it is now. Or the Berkeley Cougars. We played with a lot of Berkeley dudes. Our brother played over there, so we went over there, played line the whole time. I'm like, this is not what I'm supposed to be playing. Like I'm like, this shit sucks. But kind of find out it came full circle because I ended up playing line when I got older. But I'm like, yeah, I hate this shit. So,
but you played running back in high school?
I played running back every year in Pop Warner, but except 3. So my first 3 years I played line because I was the biggest dude.
Right.
And then my first year playing Pop Warner running back was like the Tri-City Ravens. We beat the Steelers that year. They gonna hate that, but yeah, we beat the Steelers that year. I played running back damn near my whole life after that. And then my last 4 years of my career, I played defensive line.
So what high school did you go to?
I went to Kennedy in Richmond for 2 years. I went to Rancho Cordova in Sacramento for 1 year.
Oh wow!
Then I graduated from Councilmont.
So at Kennedy, did you come in like already playing varsity like off the bat?
My mom didn't want us. We was 14, so we had to sign a waiver. And she was not fucking with it.
But y'all was already big as fuck.
Yeah, we was already big. We could have started on varsity.
For real?
Yeah, our coach was like.
Is Kennedy known for football? Are they good in football?
We was known for football. I say from the 2008 to I say 12ish, 11ish was like the last peak of good football at Kennedy.
Got you.
Other schools was better than us because they had more fundamental and greater coaches, but we always had talent there.
I know.
We just didn't have like the proper coaches
and all of that.
But not even. I feel like our head coach was good. We just didn't have the right assistant coaches to finish his job for him.
That's important
because he had to do everything, and
that's important.
It took it away from like getting everybody else ready because he had to get the whole team ready.
Right.
Some dudes he feel like okay. Just come on Thursday because like that's all he can really try to do because he got to help everybody else get ready.
That makes sense.
So it was just like that. We really wasn't a team. We didn't gel all together, but we was just athletes out there just trying to ball.
Right. So what made you go to Sacramento?
Being bad.
You got sent out there?
Got kicked out of the school.
Damn.
But this is like when the big brother and the younger brother dynamic started to happen. Because
between you and your twin or you and your big brother?
Me and our twin and our big brother. So we didn't really see him a lot all like that. So we moved out there with him. But the way it happened was so janky because we think we going out there for the summer. My mom was like, yeah, pack your bags. You go see your brother for the summer. You're going with your niece. Oh, we in Sacramento, not shit like
at this point, are y'all close with him?
No, like we didn't see him for like 4 years.
Damn.
But like we'll see him at certain events.
Right. But y'all don't like call and tap in with each other or nothing? Because
we didn't, as a young black man, which is like, I hate it. We don't get that. You got to embrace your brothers when you're young. Love is okay. It's okay to hug them. It's okay to call them and check on them, see how you doing, even if you don't want nothing.
Right.
So like, to us that was weird.
Yeah.
That shit, we don't call that nigga. Like, shit, he doing, I'm doing. It is what it is. But not until like we got into this age where like we call each other, check on them, like, what you doing, bro? Shit, I'm on a game. I just sit on the game and just chill until like hang up. Cause it's like it's different now. But yeah, she dropped herself out there in the summer. We chilling, fucking around, of course, being bad and shit. And then she came to pick up my niece one day, which we were supposed to be leaving too. So she like, oh, y'all go to the park. I'll be here. We gonna have dinner. We went to the park, came back. She gone. We going to the junior year. We ain't got no phone. Like this wasn't like this year, like this day and age where high schoolers have phone.
Right.
I ain't had no phone or nothing. So I'm like, what the fuck my mom at? Like, what's going on? He like, oh, y'all staying with me. What the fuck going on? So it was a clash because we thinking we were young, grown men, and he grown. We both didn't grow up with our dad, so he trying to
do his best.
Do his best trying to raise us to be a man, because like the way he learned, but we trying to be a man the way we learned how to be a man, and it's clashing because we not working together.
Like looking back on it with your oldest brother, like was he like stable as a man yet, or was he kind of still?
He was. I say he was 50-50. He had his own place. Him and his woman at the time had his own place. He had a job. I feel like it's me, like, cause my little cousin stay with me now, so I'm doing the same thing my big brother did. But he a whole different ball game.
You probably was too, shit.
Yeah, but he was the way he doing it. I'd be like, bro, what are you doing? My big brother didn't give us nothing. We had to earn everything, but still, like, I give him everything.
Yeah, it's a new day and age.
Cause he's a kid, this and that.
Right.
I'm trying to show him, like, bro, this is what I did to you. You love football. I'm showing you the blueprint. Too? You feel me? So he don't get it yet. But I swear, like, of course, his senior year, like, I should have listened.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be probably too late. He gonna have to go JUCO. But with my brother, it was just like, it was tough.
Was y'all
love.
like getting into physical fights and shit?
Yeah, it was just tough love. He was, of course, we were big. He probably, I say, like 2 inches shorter than us. So it was like, we young, big ass little kids, and he grown. So it was like, he felt like at times like y'all trying to challenge me. Like, I'm gonna have to beat, like, who y'all? I'm gonna have to beat y'all ass. Y'all not gonna play with me.
That's hella funny.
But yeah, that relationship definitely sparked our relationship. Even though we hated it at the time. We hated him. We didn't want to live there. We, fuck him. Me and my twin in the room, like, fuck this nigga.
Yeah.
He ain't our brother. He never was there for us. But not knowing, like, when we get older, like, and I hated how people take things so personal.
Bro, you
like,
preaching.
Oh, he never was there for us, never was there for us. Here's how the story. Yeah, bro, I got caught up in this shit, and you never really felt that void. Like, damn, that's why you wasn't doing this and that.
And on top of that, like you said, his father, I don't know if you guys have the same father, but his father wasn't around, so he was never taught to be. He was learning on the fly. The streets kind of raised him, so it's like now it's like, damn, I didn't get taught how to properly raise some young boys. My mama's struggling at doing it.
Yep.
Now I'm forced into it to kind of try to figure this out. So it's like he wasn't equipped with the tools as well. So you got 3 people in one situation trying to all figure it out at the same time, figuring themselves out, because he's only 4 or 5 years older than y'all.
Yep.
So if y'all 15, 16, he can't be no more than 21.
He was like, I say like he was probably like 22, 23.
Oh, okay.
He was learning to fight. I think it was just how I'm thinking now. Like, I'm a man. I did it. I grown. I know how to maneuver the world now. Let me, help out with my mom and help out with my cousin as far as now, and get him here and let him be around a man.
Right.
But it's like he's growing up trying to figure out what man he is.
Right.
And I'm pitting on this is the man you're supposed to be.
Right. Yep.
And it's clashing because he's trying to find himself. But then, like, when I step back and try to just give him little tools, this and that, he's still just like, he's still trying to figure it out. And at the end of the day, when you're trying to figure it out, you're going to really fall on your face more than you land on your feet.
That's a fact. Do you have any kids?
No.
Okay. Because I have 2 kids, and it's interesting to hear you say that, because I always think about that, like, there's only so much you can do as a parent. You can raise your kid in the most perfect circumstances and situations. You can equip them with all the tools, but they're gonna ultimately make the decisions. And then it's like, with all the temptation in the world, because I deal with this thing I call kind of parental paranoia. I don't even know if it's a real thing, but like I have an 8-year-old son, and I have a daughter that'll be 2 next month. But it's like, especially with my son, when he was first born, because it was my first go round, I was super overprotective, and I still am. You know what I mean? Like, when he's with me, he's with me. I don't really drop him off to people unless it's like my mom or his grandfather on his other side. But so I get what you're saying, because it's like, I want to give him the freedom, because I know he got to kind of bump his head and learn on his own. But at the same time, it's like, it's a cold world out there, man. And one decision could change everything.
And when him was like, my mom just told me, like, you can't force him to be who you want him to be.
Right.
Like, he gonna be who you want him to be, but it's like, that's not, in my head, I'm like, that's not how you do it, though. Like, he doing it the whole wrong way. And she was like, "That's how you did it."
Right,
Like,
right.
You were hella bad too.
Yeah.
You was stealing snacks and stealing food out the refrigerator.
Right.
And, you know, lying about shit. But I'm like, but he doing it in a different way. I'm like, yeah, because it's a different way of.
Yeah, it's just another
generation is different.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I'm like, but that shit don't make sense. She like, you think the shit y'all did made sense? I'm like, you know, it's a touche situation.
Right.
I'm like, I'm older now, so I know what I'm supposed to do and what I'm not supposed to do.
Right.
But it's like, you know, even if I put fucking two things in front of him and I tell him, like, you know, in my head, I'm like, oh, are you supposed to go for that? He goes for something else, like, oh, why would he do that?
Right.
But in his head, like, that's what I'm supposed to get.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's like,
it's
I'm
two
just
different perspectives.
trying to understand him, trying to talk to him, trying to figure him out. But at the end of the day, he gonna have to grow up on his own.
Yeah.
And be his own man.
But you're doing what you're supposed to, though. You playing your part. I feel like again, there's only so much you can do. So at this point, y'all out there with your older brother. How's football for y'all?
Football is going great for me, not so great for my brother.
Really?
Starting running back, we just came in there. We definitely just took over. I feel like that's any team we went to, we took over. It was just us, and then, you know, we leaned on the other players, and I feel like that's what hurt us more. We got more injuries like that because we were supposed to go to El Cerrito our first year, but of course, beefing into it with other dudes and feel like, oh, I don't want to be here with them, and which, you know, it would have worked out great for us because we would have been around competition, would have been around people who was working hard, structured, learning, like, you know, you got to do this grade shit to go here, but instead we one-man army somewhere else fighting against 30 people every game. But I like the road we chose. It told us to be men, take on different, you know, take on a load. But he was playing receiver, DB. He was balling, ended up getting in trouble with some, I don't know if I'm going to say it, but like, you know, some legal shit at school and getting kicked out. Me, ended up tearing my ACL for the first time at that school, and it was that was my best game. I had 295 yards, 4 touchdowns. I just broke the school record. We just beat this team. We was in like a two-game losing streak. When I first toured, I didn't really think I toured. Like, feel like it just hurt. It was like popped. Our little trainer was like, "Oh, you should be fine, but you're done for the day." It was like fourth quarter. I really wasn't supposed to be in there, like on some booby mouth shit.
Oh, wow.
Somebody else supposed to be in there. He just looking around for his helmet. I'm sitting right there to the coach. I'm like, "I'm gonna go in there." Yeah, go ahead. Went in there, made a cut, and I'm like limping off towards the sideline, doing the play, holding the ball, hoping nobody hit me, and I jump off. And then I end up riding my bike home while I have a torn ACL.
Wow.
Because I'm not thinking it's really how, like, I don't know what a torn ACL is.
Right.
Woke up, knee swollen. So once that happened, I'm like, yeah, this football shit over with.
And this is, you said you fell in love with football in the 9th grade. So tell me how was that psychologically dealing with, because I tore my ACL as a freshman too, and I remember how traumatic it was for me. So how was it, how were you dealing with that mentally?
I never got injured to where I had to sit out
a long period
of time, and it taught me to really love football more because I was away from it. But the grind made me want to quit. Of course, I'm like, man, fuck this shit.
That rehab is a motherfucker.
I don't want to play this shit no more. Like, you know.
And what are you, a junior at this point?
I'm a junior going to my senior. So I toured my 5th game.
Damn.
And I'm just like, we losing, we getting our ass beat. I'm like, man, I can help my team. I'm taking my rehab not as serious because we don't got a D1 facility. Ain't nobody checking in on me. It's on me. But the rehab therapy is just, I go there, they give me a little bullshit, and it's not really working. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I heal up, I get right. I gain probably 30 pounds. But I'm in a nice figure to play running back. So our coach Bird hit me up. He was like, man, y'all come back to Cali. I'm going to come back down to the Bay to Councilmont. Man, I'm finna start coaching there. We can turn this shit around. We can, get it going. My mom ended up letting us do it. We went out there.
At this point, is you and your twin, is y'all behavior and shit getting better?
It's getting tolerable.
Okay.
It's getting to the point to where it's not as broad. Like we did as bad as we can do out there. We got both kicked out of school.
Damn, you skipped that part in the story.
Yeah. We got
After you tore your ACL, you got kicked out?
So after I tore my ACL, in class one day, I got my headphones on. Of course, I'm having a bad day. I was just late to school. It's like my ride didn't pick me up, so I had to walk to school with like crutches and shit.
Oh yeah.
So it was just a bad day. I missed first period. I went to second period. It was like art class, and I'll never forget it. I had on my headphones, and she's saying something to me, but I'm already locked in, like my headphones on. I'm doing my work, and then like something just ripped my headphones. I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on? So I'm like, when I'm mad, it's like it's the end of return. There's no coming back from it. I'm already mad. So I'm asking her, like, can you give my headphones back? Can you give my headphones back? And she's like, no, you're being disrespectful. I told you to take them off. Can you give my headphones back? And she like not doing it. And I was like, kind of like snatched them. I don't know what snatched them. We kind of hit her in the face.
The headphones?
Yeah.
Damn.
And like, I went back and sat down. She was like, you just fucking hit me. Da, da, da. Of course, it's Sacramento. It's this white teacher. It's not going good for me.
Yeah.
So I went to the office. They're like, yeah, you're going to get expelled. You can't hit a teacher. I'm like, I didn't hit her like the headphones hit her. And it wasn't like a intentional hit. But she got some students on her side. And I was like, God, like, it's over with. So I got kicked out, went to Kenny. It's a continuation school.
Out in Sac?
Yep, I went to school with Peasy.
For real?
Yeah, me and Peasy was in school together. We was in there. That's when he was in Sacramento. Country as fuck. He was locked in with a couple of Richmond people, and so we had common people we knew. We wasn't close, but we knew each other. We would talk here and there, play basketball together. Just instigate shit at the fucking at the train stations, just on some chill shit. Rehab mostly there, play football there, basketball there, and then we got that call at the end of the year, end up transferring.
Did the teacher try to press charges on you or anything?
No, she didn't try to press charges on me.
Oh, she didn't?
No.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So how was the move to Castlemont? Did y'all live in Oakland or did you just move back?
We lived with my my stepmom, I guess you say. It's my sperm donor's daughter, mom.
Okay.
So my mom and their mom end up, stop beefing and finally let the kids see each other.
That's dope.
And we grew a liking to her mom, and of course our sisters out there. So we lived with them in Oakland on 62nd and just went to school at Castlemont.
Why'd you call him your sperm donor?
Never met blood, don't know.
Oh, really?
Don't know who he is. We can walk past each other right now.
Wow, really?
Know who he is, yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
So it's only right that I called him that.
No, I feel you. I just was wondering.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so how was Castlemont? What was your thoughts on Oakland at this point?
Nervous, because they called it Herpy High.
Oh my!
So I was like, I'm like, damn, I hope it don't, go too crazy. I was already fucking, so I'm like, damn, I hope I don't get no shit.
I think that's
crazy.
old, like from when my mama and them.
Yeah, because my mom was she grew up in Oakland,
Okay.
So she came from L.A. down to Oakland, and that's what but she was an adult, but that's what they were saying around that time. She was probably like 19, 18, fresh out of high school. Like, that was Herpy High. She's like, don't go to Herpy High.
Yeah, my mom went to Castlemont, so that's hella funny hearing
all
you
the
say
adults
that.
just kept saying that. I'm like, damn,
That's
what
hella
it is?
funny.
I got there, they're like, we don't call that shit Herpy High. I'm like, oh.
That's hilarious.
They said. But everybody grew a liking to us. We was the Richmond boys, the twins. So it was just like, fitting in at Rancho Cordova, everybody loved us. We was the new kids on campus.
Right.
We was raw in football. But yeah, it was always me and school didn't mix. We was both signed to San Jose State, me and my twin brother.
Really?
We was like probably 4 credits short.
Wait, when at what point does this happen? Like, when do you start getting recruited and stuff?
I was getting recruited like 8th grade.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah,
so you was killing like that.
My ninth grade year, we had coaches coming up to the school recruiting us. Coaches offering us to move to Washington and buying us houses and go to a certain high school so they can keep
Right.
We had me and my twin brother fighting on the field while my coach trying to, turn the other coach away so he won't see.
Oh my god.
We had USC up there and we fighting on the field.
That's crazy.
In the sophomore year, young and dumb. Me and my twin fighting on the field during a game one time. Like we both playing safety. We fighting on the field. Like we like cussing each other out. The play snap, we go make the tackle, come back, still fighting. Like me and him was crazy together, but that was my dog for sure.
That's crazy.
But,
so even though you're getting recruited in football, like is this like is this like an attainable dream for you? Like, I want to go play college football.
Yeah, but it was, in some way I was groomed in the wrong way as far as holding myself accountable for school and for working out and having a work ethic because I was a talented kid. So they didn't put a lot of pressure on me. I can come to practice on Thursday, play the game Friday. Oh, you don't got to go to class. We'll fix it out. And it crippled me. And it made me a kid who depended on other people to do shit for me. And I just laid back and let my talent go for me until, I got that last little quarter of high school. I'm getting calls like, yeah, you're not going to qualify to go to high school. I'm going to go to
Division
State.
I.
I'm like, what? What you mean I'm not? Coach said I was going to be able to. So, like, that shit crushed me. Like, I was like, oh, shit. And then I was so of a naive kid. I believed the hype. I thought I was who they said I was. So, like, the ego started going crazy. I'm like, oh, damn, I'm not going to be able to hold this, maintain this social status of who I am. So it was just like, it fucked with me. I took a year off. I ended up going to jail twice that year.
Can you say for what?
For possession of a firearm and then for attempted burglary.
Are you still in the streets at this point?
Yeah, I'm still in the streets.
So you living in Oakland, but are you getting caught up in the Oakland politics, or are you still dealing with the Richmond shit?
And this was when my best friend died. My best friend died, then I went to jail twice, and then I went to jail actually on his repass.
Really?
Went to jail again. But the second time I went to jail was really it was outside in a coat, like at the end of the cul-de-sac, 2 o'clock in the morning, just outside. Oh, we think they're breaking into somebody's house in Sacramento. As white people. I really wasn't even supposed to be out there. I was supposed to leave my mom, and then we got caught in some racist shit, and then like we had to fight that for 2 years, and then like it ended up all getting dismissed and then doing what it was supposed to do.
And how old are you at this point?
I was 19.
Oh, so you an adult?
Yep. So I went to jail when I was a big boy. All big boy jail. And it was like, it taught me like, it really didn't teach me anything. It taught me to be more aware of my surroundings and what I do and have accountability of where I'm placed and who I'm around and what I'm doing.
All right.
And then after that, I was like, what the fuck am I doing in my life, dog? Like, this shit not working out. Then I figured like it was yesterday, like that's when I fell in love with football. It was because of him. Like my best friend Kivo, he was everything I wasn't. Not talented. He just loved football though, but he was not good. And he was in the streets. So he was one of those kids who was born on the block, raised on the block. You are a hood nigga. This is your objective as a person. This is your purpose. And I was a kid who played football, who loved football, who was ready to play football, but I loved the streets. So we was both of each other. We was like, that's how we clicked so well. He was alpha male, I was alpha male, and we just locked in. So when he was the first person I had a real conversation with, the first person I did dirt with, the first person that taught me how to load a gun, like the first person who, he damn near raised me, to be honest. But that was my boy, so.
Y'all was the same age?
He was a year older than me.
You're older.
So when he went to jail his first time, he came back, he was like, bro, all I was thinking about you and your brother in there, bro. Like, I'm arguing with people like, y'all ain't better than Jordan Jonathan, y'all ain't better than this and nothing. I'm like, man, fuck that shit, what we finna go do? Like, he was like, bro, you really can do something with this shit, bro. If you take this shit serious, like, you gotta really, I'm like, man, I'm telling him to shut up. Right. I'm not really hearing about what he's talking about. Then he ended up saying something to me again, like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, like, you can't hang out with us no more. I'm like, what? What you mean? I can't, I'm not worried about what you're talking about.
Right.
I was like, bro, you really got to do this shit. Like, you play football for the both of us, bro. I suck, bro. I can't do this shit, bro. He said, you and your brother do shit I have never seen nobody sing. I've never seen nobody do at all. I'm like, that's normal shit. He's like, bro, you do football for both of us. I'm a thug for both of us.
And how old are y'all at this point?
I'm 15. He's 16.
Jeez.
And
that's heavy for a 16-year-old to be talking like
he was so above his time. Like, he was wise. He knew the streets. He knew everything in and out. He know how to flip this and turn to this. He know how to break down a gun. He know how to, like, he knew the streets like the back of his hand. And he was hella smart, hella educated. So with him, he already knew, like, damn, this nigga can be good. And he wasn't trying to be my friend, so, he can benefit off that. He was just like, bro, you can do something with your life, bro. So when he died,
can you say how he passed?
He got by gun violence. He got killed.
Wow.
And
it's crazy how, like, when you hear about people like that in the inner city, because obviously that's like a common thing, and you just imagine you take that same person and you place them in a different environment. It's like, what could they have been if they could have just had an opportunity? And
I keep telling him, like, bro, just give me a year, bro. I got us. I was supposed to go see him that day, me and my twin brother. Because he just got shot. I remember the first time he got shot in his chest, and we were supposed to go, we went to see him after that. We was in high school, 9th grade. I'm in 12th grade. And we were just going to go see him that day. We was over there, we was on our way. I just got picked up my grill. This is my first time I got a grill. I got a grill because he had a grill. He was shining, him and C Money. He got a grill. He was on 15th. It was that night. I remember 2 weeks later, I came back. Bro, I'm finna be outside. All right, bro. Went to the store, never came back. There was a store down on his street on 15th of Chancellor. Went to the store. He got shot in the same place he got shot at a month ago, and it went right through because the tissue.
Wow.
So, like, it didn't fully heal because it's soft, and it went all the way through, and he died by some weak-ass shit.
What's the odds of that?
Exactly.
And how old were you when this happened?
I was about like 18, 19, fresh out of high school. Yeah, and that shit
was that like your first time losing somebody that close to you?
That was the first time losing somebody, and then I lost my cousin, J Kid, and then
how soon after that?
Probably like a month after that.
What?
I don't know if it was Kivo who died first or J Kid. I know they died within like the same
time.
The same like 2 months apart or a month apart. So it was just
back to back,
and that shit. I didn't know how to process that shit. I'm like, damn.
At that time, just thinking back, like how were you dealing with it?
I didn't deal with it. I didn't talk to nobody. I didn't cry. I didn't express my feelings. I didn't let that shit out. It was just like, damn, my dog's dead. Like, fuck. Because I didn't seen dead bodies as a kid. I didn't seen somebody get killed in front of me as a kid. Somebody trying to rob the pizza man, like, for the 40th time.
Right. The
pizza man not going for it this time. He finally got a gun and killed him. And me and my brother walk outside as kids.
Damn.
Looking at a dead body. Mom like, get the fuck out. Like, what is y'all doing? And we just staring at the nigga dead. Like, what the fuck? This is crazy. He just died in front of our house.
That's crazy.
Like, what the fuck? And she just like, that's when she knew, like, yeah, something wrong with y'all. Like, we was just like young kids, like, dealing with shit that we.
I mean, you become a product of your environment, man. Like I said earlier, you put your normal is whatever your normal is. You feel me? Like, if you are used to hearing the gunshots and hearing the violence and hearing people talk about it, it's like when it does happen, it's not gonna really throw you off. It's gonna be like another day in the neighborhood. So obviously, you said your twin was close with y'all, so all three of y'all used to kick it, or was it more so just you and him?
It was all three of us. My twin took this picture with him, like that, my favorite picture of him. Well, yeah, when he died, it was a shift in, like, my life. Like, I just didn't care about a lot of shit no more. Because he was, like, probably, like, the only person I cared about besides my family. Like, my mom know his mom. He didn't sleep in my house. We didn't sleep in the same bed. We didn't did shit together. We was in the streets together. Like, that was my dog.
Right.
So that was really my twin. And, like, people will say that. And my brother twin, which is my other brother, Snoop, that was his twin. Because, like, we just clicked more with them.
Right.
So And I really think the fact that they both died made me and my twin click more. So
Also, Snoop died too.
yeah, he died too
Sheesh.
through drugs. So yeah, when that happened, it was
So how do you end up at Laney?
ended up at Laney through one day I was at the game against Oakland Tech. But Coach Beam didn't want me to play running back. He thought I was oversized. He didn't think I was fast. So when I got there, I'm like, oh, I'm here to play football. He was like, who the fuck is you? I'm like, oh, I'm Jordan. Jordan, I just came from Cal State. I'm like, oh, you the running back kid. He was like, I don't think you can play here at running back. So we tested it out. It was during the summer. I ended up finna be a starter. Well, I guess I didn't start because he didn't think I knew all the plays. It wasn't something that like harsh. It was like, you right here, like you close. So our first game against Sac City. This is my first game back. 2000, I think it was 16. No, 15. 2015, my first game back.
How long were you sitting out?
I sat out for like 8 months. So like school get out of in June. In June, like, so I went to jail. All that shit happened. Then in January, I wasn't in school. Hella shit happened. Then like during the summer, that's when I started going back. I'm breaking. I'm going crazy.
So you ended up playing running back.
Playing running back. I'm going crazy. I'm doing my thing against Sac City. He like, damn, I didn't know you was this fast, this and that. Like, you doing what you're supposed to do. He loving me. Same thing happened. Somebody was supposed to be in who wasn't supposed to be in. I got sent in there, tore my other ACL.
What?
And I'm like, damn. Just when my first game back, this is the first game, tore my ACL. So I'm like, fuck. So I remember it was Speedy. He ended up taking over, and I was like, sitting there sad. I'm like, fuck, this football shit over with for real. So I started rehabbing, ended up gaining more weight. The rehab took longer. So I sat out 16 year. No, it was 16. I didn't play 15. It was 16. No, I'm tripping. That was 15. I did play 15. Sat out 16 year, rehab. Came back 17. I'm like 305.
Damn.
So I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking nothing changed. I still look good. I'm still trying to play running back. He looked like, you still trying to play running back? I'm like, yeah, coach. I'm joking with him like, oh, all right, if you make the running back roster by by fall, play running back. I'm like, all right, ain't nothing new. I've been doing this shit. Man, the most depressing football year of my life that whole summer. Because I'm not getting as much run as I used to. I'm not balling like I'm used to. I'm not doing the shit that I used to, but I'm like, it's there. I got the same, like, the little burst, but it's not hitting how I used to hit. I ended up scoring in, like, the spring game. Then he said me down, like, you're either going to play defense line or that was your last time playing football.
Damn.
So I'm like, what? This it? Like, I got to play ball. So our defensive coordinator, Ramos, shout out Ramos, because he the one who changed my life for sure. He was the main one the whole spring, like, come play D-line, come play D-line. You make more money playing D-line. Backs don't last in the league. Like, come play D-line. And then Coach Beam was like, yeah, like Coach Ramos said, you're either going to play D-line or you're not going to play football. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to play D-line. And my whole motive was like, I'm not finna be one of these fat, slow, lazy niggas. Like, I gotta keep my same speed, keep my same swag. Like, I gotta do my shit on the defensive line side. I can't just be out there being a big nigga. So I was my first year was horrible. I didn't play as good. Like, it's like learning football all over because I'm playing defense. I literally play running back. So I'm like, this shit suck. But I got a little bit of instinct because I know, like, certain offensive plays and how they run them. So I got a little advantage. I'm not getting it. Like, I either fall or doing this. And, like, Aaron Austin, he took me under his wing. He was a year ahead of me. He went to New Mexico. But he was there. He was like, bro, you got to just stay down and grind. And, like, I just, like, I hated it. I didn't buy in, is what most coaches would tell their kids. Like, they didn't buy in into what's going on. I didn't believe, like, I can play D-line. So he was like, bro, you raw as fuck. Like, I'm like, hell no, I suck. Like, I don't overdo shit. He's like, bro, you can be raw as fuck. Like, you really good, bro. So the whole year I'm just watching him ball out. I'm like, bro, how the fuck he doing this shit? Like, he like, bro, you can do it, bro. He like, you better than me. I'm like, nigga, what? You finna go to New Mexico? Like, you raw as fuck. He like, bro, you can really do this shit, bro. So towards the end of that year, I started taking it more serious. We ended up going to playoffs. We lost the first round. And I'm like, I started seeing glimpses of me being great at D-line. So when he left, he came back in the summer. He was like, well, I see, you getting better. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to take over. And then, like, something just switched. Like, I'm like, yeah, I got to keep this running back mentality. And my whole motto was, I still play running back because I'm always in the backfield. So after I did that, I blew up. I was the number 1 D tackle in California, number 3 in the country, All-American, All-Conference, All-League, had every offer in the country that I wanted. I was like, damn.
Wait. So this is your first or second year playing at Laney?
Second year, my second year.
So the first year when you were behind, what was his name?
Aaron
Austin.
Yeah.
You played that year. You didn't redshirt.
I didn't redshirt.
So then your sophomore year is when the switch happened.
Sophomore year when the switch happened.
So tell me, what was it like because now you get an off season kind of preparing to be a D tackle, right?
Yeah, my body started changing different. I was like, I started getting stronger. I started lifting the weights more. Even though I probably didn't lift as much as Coach Bean wanted me to, or lose as much weight as he wanted to, but like my body felt right. Like I can run, I can do everything I was supposed to do.
You got your agility back and all of that. I know what you mean.
Back. I was him. I was doing my Dougie, and like the summer was crazy. Like our summer football, crazy. Like Coach Bean like, you're gonna be special. But he probably told me one time, but he never let me get too big headed like I did in high school. He never wanted me to get that, like I didn't have to work hard. Cause I was a real lazy kid. I didn't want to work at all. Like if I had an opportunity to not work out, I'm gonna not work out. He kept me on my ass. Like he kept telling me I had to be better. I wasn't shit. Which, like, some kids you gotta do that.
Right.
It don't work for every kid. And I was one of those kids who, you give me an inch.
Right.
I'm taking it. Why you didn't go to practice day? I had to do something. You gonna fucking bullshit. You're not playing this week. And then I got to work extra hard. Like he was on me for sure. So when I summer hit and we started going crazy, we ended up winning state that year. That's the year we won state at.
Oh wow.
I was on that team. I was part of the reason we won. We had great DBs, great linebackers. We were stacked, and we just came from almost lost in the first round playoffs the year before. So we like, yeah, we're not doing that this year. We ended up going all the way, and all our careers took off from everybody on that team. I ended up going to Oregon State, signing with them. Went up there, played. Whew. It was a different ball game. Different ball game.
What you mean by that? It was the level of competition.
The level of football. I say, football got harder. It wasn't just slant through this gap. It's slant through the gap. If this guy does this, and if he does that, you go this way. And it was, I let my ego get in ahead of me and thinking, I can just do it. I don't got to study. I don't got to learn the plays. And then I'm like, Coach, I'm not playing. You don't know the players. We don't trust you. I'm the best D lineman we got here. What's going on? You don't know the players. We don't trust you. So I'm like, damn. It's, as a kid, it's them. They hating on me. They don't want me to shine.
Right.
Not knowing, if I knew the plays, I would have played. If I, took the shit more serious, I would have did what I was supposed to do and got in the league. I can't blame it on nobody else, because I could have said, oh, he could have helped me more. He could have did this, but I could have took the shit more serious. But I did what I was supposed to do as far as playing. I played a lot. I didn't play as much as I wanted to. I ended up being one of the best D tackles in the country that year. Then COVID happened. COVID hit. I got bigger. We was off. It was just not a good, that's when football changed on me. It wasn't a good fit. I went out there. That's when my like heart conditioning started happening, and I found out I had cancer. And then
How did that? I don't want to kind of speed past that, but if you want to talk about that, how did that kind of come about? Like, how did you? What was the process of you finding that out?
I'm working out. One day we doing training. You know, of course, they noticing I'm getting big, but I don't see it.
Yeah.
You never see it as a person until like you really like
Stop and look.
like, oh shit, damn,
Right.
I kind of am getting big.
Right.
And we doing conditioning, and I'm not like finishing it. And like Coach Mack, you know, I love Coach Mack to death. That's one of the people who changed my life at Oregon State. Me and him had a hate and love relationship. He hated that I was lazy, and I hated he was on my ass. And I did not like him. We had gotten into clashes during one workout. I had shin splints, and I'm trying to finish my times. Like, I'm probably a second late. Of course, in college, if you don't make your time, nobody make their time.
Oh.
So we got to keep doing over because of me. And I'm big dogs. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck y'all. And then like he was like, you got to make your fucking times. Hurry up. And I'm like, I'm fucking trying. And then everybody like, oh, he said something about the Coach Mack. Oh, like that. I guess that was like one of the first times somebody said something to Coach Mack. And after that day, he came to me like, I'm not trying to, he said, I don't give a fuck about your attitude. You know, I want you to be better. I'm not trying to fucking argue with you. Like, we need you this year.
Right.
Like, we need you. Like, I don't know why you don't understand that. So me and him end up, you know, growing a liking to each other that year. So when I came back to that workout, he like, Jordan, get up. He thinking I'm bullshitting because, you know, I'm always joking around with him now. We cool, you know, but he still be on my ass. He think I'm playing. He like, oh, you serious? Like, we need the medic. Like, he knows something for real. And he told me, like, you know, I was worried. I thought you know, died on us. And I had, my heart had stopped.
Wait, so you like collapsed?
Yeah, I collapsed during the workout.
Wow.
My heart rate was up. Went to the hospital, stayed there overnight. They was like, yeah, your heart is overworked. You know, it's not pumping enough blood to your body. Like when you work out, you know how your heart pumps, so it's giving you that adrenaline. Like my heart doing that, but it's like my body not getting it because something is in the way. So they ended up finding out that it was like a black thing right there, but it wasn't cancerous at the time. Then I end up going through that for a year, so I end up opting out that season for 21. And then, like, you know, I wasn't doing shit. I couldn't work out, couldn't do nothing. Got bigger. I'm probably like 370. So my head coach was like, yeah, man, you need to, you know, get back in shape or we might have to, you know, move on from you. And I'm like, damn. So it's like getting reality check. I just got number 5. I was at number 50. I just got number 5. I was that dude at 19. You know, I'm supposed to come back. I was that dude at Oregon State. Nonetheless, like, you know, I was that guy. Like I was at every other school. I was one of the best D tackles, one of the best people on defense. I had a great situation there with my coach. I had a good relationship with the fans. People loved me. So it was just like everything was a fit there. It was like, why would you want to leave Oregon State? So I'm going through all that transition. My defense line coach meet with me every other day. Like, you know, you got to do something. You can't just like not work out. So I'm like, damn, like, you know, I'm going through some shit. I got some hard shit going on. And then that year was like the worst year because I had probably 14 deaths from like childhood friends, childhood people, and like to coaches. Majority white coaches, this like, if it's not immediate family, they don't really understand the dynamic of like somebody growing up close to you dying. So it was more of they didn't understand it more so than they didn't respect it. They wasn't really there for me. So it was like, it was hard. I'm depressed. I'm out here by myself. I lived by myself. I'm 8 hours away from my family. I got heart situations going on. You know, I'm like, yeah, like, fuck this shit.
How do you not question faith in that moment?
I did. Me and Me and God, we have a love and hate relationship, and it was just like at that moment I hated him. I'm like, you don't love me, like I did everything right. I stopped being with the shit. I turned my life around. I played ball. I made it here. Like, why me? Why you doing this to me? And at that moment, I was just like, fuck everything, fuck everybody. And then like I ended up getting a therapist out there, and I had a couple friends out there who helped me too. And I just started writing.
How did you? Before we get into your writing, because that's actually interesting as well. Who pushed you into therapy?
One of my friends out there, she had it. She had therapy. Like, yeah, this worked for me. I'm like, what the therapy? Ain't
Right.
What the fuck? But mind you, I got a fucking psychology degree. So
Wow.
it's like, why wouldn't I think to go to therapy? But I'm not playing football right now. I'm not doing shit. I'm just in the house. I'm like, fuck it. I started talking to him, and it started working. I started feeling like the shit that I needed to say was getting out. I wasn't fucking staying up all night or like not figuring out how I'm gonna eat, and like I wasn't stressing no more.
How much at this moment, because of your success, are you starting to feel like pressure from your family to make it?
Yeah, pressure from Instagram, pressure from
because you're
family.
dealing with see, when I was in high school, we had like, what do you call it, AIM and MySpace and shit. We didn't have
pressure from them, pressure from my old coaches, pressure from the hood, pressure from myself. I gotta make it. Like, I'm in this position. I'm the only person really from Richmond who was in the streets who made it. Like, there's people from Richmond who made it. Like, not knocking them, but like I was really out there, and I'm finna make it. So like I'm finna give my city hope if I make it. Like I'm finna be the one to change shit. And it was like this shit is all coming down on me. Like, I'm the one who people look to, and like I can't even play football right now. So I was going through it. So with me, I got 3 degrees. I got cinematography, I got psychology, and I got a master's in social work.
That's dope, bro.
So cinematography, that's what I do. Like that's what I want to do towards the end of my life. And towards like now, I want to do cinematography. I done wrote 1,000 scripts, sold scripts,
wow.
hella shit.
So and before you get into that, because I kind of cut you off when you talking about the writing. The therapist started you with writing. Was it like journaling?
Yeah, journaling, getting out my feelings and shit. And it made me more expressive with my writing, if that's it. Because I didn't really do no scripts or nothing until that happened. Like, I probably had like 15 notebooks on the side of my bed just filled with just, today I'm feeling like this, or like, fuck this person because they made me feel like this. And then, when I feel like this, I get in this way and da-da-da-da. Not knowing this is really helping me, I'm just like, this is what he told me to do, so I'm doing it. And then like, over a while, I'm like, okay, this is really helping me. Like, when I get in this mood, I need to write it out so I can not hold it. And then like when somebody say, Jordan, you doing this, and I lash on them, I understand why I'm doing it. Because it's like, it's built up fucking aggression that I got because I'm not letting shit go. So I got into writing, and then like, I'm getting my groove back. I got cleared to work out in 2021. I got cleared to work out. It's like, missed my year. I got cleared in 2021, so I'm working out at the beginning of the year. I got to meet with my coach again. Yeah, if you're not about this way in summer, you got to move on.
Just OSU still?
Yeah. So it's like, I'm like, damn, I just got back from getting cleared. I literally got cleared a month ago. But
cleared from your
from Harris to be able to work out. So I'm like, fuck. Fuck me no more. Like, I'm thinking like that, but like in his position, he has to do what's best for the team to be what's best for him, because he gets paid for what he does.
Exactly.
And it's not knocking him, like, and I hate that I took it so personal, like he don't fuck with me. But at the end, when I wanted to transfer, he was the main one who was trying to keep me there. So I ended up getting a call one day from an old coach. He was like, "What you think about playing for Michigan?" I'm like, "What the fuck, Michigan? I didn't know nothing about Michigan. I'm not gonna lie to nobody. I didn't know nothing about Michigan football." I'm like, "That's cool." He was like, "It's Michigan. Like,
right.
It's Michigan. It's not Oregon State." I'm like, "What's the difference?" He's like, "Man, look it up." Call me back. he ended up calling me. I ended up calling back like, hell yeah, I want to go to Michigan. Like, hell yeah. So I ended up calling. Well, he was like, all right, man, just wait until the end of the spring and we enter the transfer portal and we'll get it all fixed. So I'm just like, all right, new beginning. I get to start over. You know, it's too much baggage here. They don't love me here. And I end up getting a call from another coach, and he was like, you know, you sure you want to come over here? I'm like, you sure you want to go to Michigan? I'm like, yeah, 50-50. Like, why you want to stay? I can stay. I'm like, I'm that dude here. You know, I got number 5. I'm finna start. I'm finna shake back. He was like, you sure they love you up there?
At
like,
Michigan?
Yeah. I'm not at Oregon State.
Oh.
I'm like, yeah, they love me. He said, put yourself on mute. He ended up calling another coach. And what he had to say wasn't really.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, it's like finding out your girlfriend cheating on you. Like your
Wait. So this was the Oregon State coach.
Yeah.
And they were saying some not so good things about you.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm like, damn. You know, started crying. I'm like, man, fuck this school. You know, I didn't. Everything that wasn't true became true.
What you mean?
Like to myself, like, oh, they don't care about me, they don't love me. So I started feeding into that now, like, they don't love me, they don't care about me, and it hurt me more because I'm like, you know, when you have thoughts or doubt and shit, one thing happened, everything becomes
multiplies
true.
it, yeah.
And it's not true,
right.
But it's like it fills the void of like being hurt. So I was like, man, fuck this school, I'm transferring. I didn't get the transfer approved right away. It was like some shit lingering. I'm like, damn, what's going on? What's not, you know, why it's not happening? They holding it because they don't want me to leave.
Right.
They know the value of like the player I am. They're trying to give me tough love so I can kick into a gear to get ready for the season. And some shit ended up backfiring on the back end. So they're trying to fix everything around to come back with me with a different proposal for me to stay. And I'm just so like, fuck this school, that I'm not understanding, like, dog, you 8 hours away from your family. You already know the system. You know, things can get figured out through words.
Did they ever know that you were on 3-way on mute?
Yeah.
You ended up telling them?
Because one of the players, one of our starters, you know, I can say his name, Jaden Grant, he called him like, dog, did this coach say that? I'm like, yeah. He like, oh, hell no. Like, he called.
Can you say what he said?
He was like, with the coach, he was like that he didn't believe in me. He didn't think that I was gonna be that player. He didn't think I was gonna start. He didn't want me to play for him. But like, he wasn't saying it in a
malicious way.
It
was just almost like they pulled the curtain back for you, so you got to see how they truly felt.
And I feel like they were setting him up with questions. It wasn't really like, oh, him. You know, he was just probably just expressing like, you know, how he feel about me at the moment. Like, he don't want to work hard. He doing this and that. And I took it so personal. I never called him back. I never wish I should have. I should have called him and like talked to him.
So he tried to reach out and like talk about the situation? And
I'm just like, fuck you.
Remind me who the person was that did the 3-way thing?
Another coach at Michigan. One of my coaches at Michigan.
Oh, wait, hold on. So the Michigan coach called you and then called the Oregon State coach on 3-way and then let you hear it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dirty game, bro.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, fuck this school. And then like our head coach, he like, you know, I respect that man so much. I got nothing but love for him in my position. And like the other coaches who said what they said, I was just like, you know, young, not really thinking about shit. Didn't care. Didn't want to do my own thing. Start off new. So I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm gone. So he was like, you know, let's just have a meeting. Let's just talk in person, Jordan. Like, let's just get a meeting going. My head coach. I'm like, all right, and I catted on him. I really because I knew if I would have went, I would have stayed. Yeah. And I'm already sold on leaving. I already got my bags packed. I got the truck coming tomorrow. I'm leaving the school. Fuck this school. But I should have stayed. You know, I should have stayed because when I went to Michigan, my love for football died.
Really?
Like I was not the same person. I did not play as often as I wanted to. I didn't do the things that I was destined to do at Oregon State, at Michigan. Not to knock nobody else because the guys who played should have played because they worked hard enough to play. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. So when I got to Michigan, it was different. cold out north, so it's like, you know, it's a whole different ball game. Football was serious, everybody was serious, it's strict. I'm like, damn, you know, it's football.
It's another level again.
Football going home. And I didn't understand why it was so hard. The plays was harder, and I was still stuck in this. I can just play. I don't got to worry about, you know, we're learning the playbook, and that killed me. I didn't know the playbook. I had to learn it in the middle of the season, and it was already too late for me at that end because it's at Oregon State, it was guys, but it wasn't like, you know, I didn't have to study as hard. I could have still played. Michigan, it's guys behind you. Like, they not playing with nobody. Even though they brought me in, you know, they brought me in for depth and brought me in to play. They're not finna play with me. It's young kids. You know, Benny, he a freshman, but he can play. Hey, all right, you don't want to take this shit serious? We got somebody gonna take it serious. You don't want to do this? We got somebody. And granted, they did what they're supposed to do. And I just, like, I hated football then. I always walked in with my hood on. The head coach thought I didn't care because I walked in my hood, but that's just me. Like,
I'm the same way, bro.
I just be chilling. I don't take shit like, you know, it's nothing malicious. I'm like, I'm just a laid back dude.
Do you think? And this is kind of a side note. Do you think the hoodie thing is? Because I'm still to this day. I'm 31, trying to break that habit. Do you think that's a symbol of kind of like where you come from and maybe being in the streets a little bit, kind of having to be protective of yourself, not wanting to be recognized from a long distance? And
it's, to them, is you're disclosed, you're closed off,
standoffish.
You don't want to be part of this team. You just here. And I didn't understand. I'm like, dog, I'm here every day. I work hard. I do this. Like, why y'all acting like this towards me? What am I doing? And like, you know, he just didn't like that. And I didn't challenge him to ask him why. I just took it in a negative way. Like, man, he don't fucking like me. He don't want me to be here. Like, they don't want me to be here. And it just didn't end well for me. I feel like me and the head coach grew distant. Me and him had another not an altercation, but a disagreement. I'm sitting in the back, of course, on game, like the day before the game, with my hood on. He finna do his speech. I'm just sitting there. He walked past. Hey, man, why is everybody in the back? Let's scoot up. I scoot up, but I still scoot up in the back.
To be in the back.
He's like, do you not want to be here? I'm like, yeah, I want to be here. Of course I do. And he just like shook his head and walked up. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Like, truly lost. Like, don't know what the fuck just happened. I'm like, what the fuck? And then, like, some of my teammates was like, damn, what the fuck? They get what I was coming from. But I never got where he was coming from until, like, I guess I left. He was like, dog, you just always in the back, always, you know, want to be by yourself, to yourself. You eat by yourself. You do this, like, you don't.
And you want to know what else it probably was? Because in every other situation, you said you are more of an outgoing person. Yeah. So probably you being standoffish.
But even at Oregon State, I was like that. I always ate by myself. Right. I just wanted to be by myself. Yeah. Just.
I was the same way though. That's why.
This is my way of really locking in, because I'm not gonna take the shit as serious if I'm with these niggas laughing and joking, and like, I can do that on the field. Let me lock in and get ready for practice and do this. But like, to them, it wasn't. To them, it wasn't like that. I was like, I don't want to be here. So it was like towards the end of there, it was like, you know, fuck football. I fucking hate football. This shit not for me. It's hella cold. They don't play me. They don't love me. But you know, my position coach, I love him to death. Strength and conditioning coach, Coach Herbert, love him to death. Like, my two strength and conditioning coaches from Oregon State to Michigan, like, the reason why I feel like the man I am today. Like, Coach Herb, man, I don't know no other coach who's going to sit there and spend that much time with a kid to help him get ready for the season. Like, when I came in, I was 370. I played at 340-something.
Sheesh.
Like, I got down, like, fast. And it was because of him. Like, he cared. It wasn't like he had, like, you're like, he coming working out with me early in the morning before I got to do my workout, helping me do shit. We went to go walk. Like, my first instance, once I got clear, we walked and talked. We got to a certain spot. He's like, okay, we're going to stop right here today. But when we come back tomorrow, we got to pass this marker. Then we did that all the time. Got further. All right, Tuesdays we're gonna walk the golf course. Mondays we're gonna bike ride. Wednesdays we're gonna do this. I'm like, all right, I don't gotta work out. Yeah, but we gonna make sure we do this and then do that. Then we're gonna work out with the group. I'm like, damn, fuck. But not like we built a bond. Like that was my dog. Like Coach Herb, I would do anything for that man. And I feel like that's why they got him there, because that's how all them kids feel. Like he take that shit personal with his kids. After I balled there, I was getting ready for the draft. Seeing hella doctors, and they're like, dog, you're not supposed to be playing football. Like, I don't know who cleared you, but your heart is not like, you can't even, I'm getting seen by like these NFL team doctors and shit.
They're the ones telling you shouldn't be playing, or that you
They tell me I shouldn't be playing.
Really?
They're like, one of them like, I don't think they're gonna pay you. Like they paying their players, and like you're gonna be a liability for them. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I seen another doctor. I seen a Cardinals doctor, and they're like, you either can die playing football or live as long as you can. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, I can't play football no more ever. Like, if you go play football, you're gonna die playing football on the field, or you can live as long as you can off the field. So, of course, I'm dealing with this decision like, damn, what the fuck do I do? I'm 26. I've been playing football since I was 6, so I've been playing football for 20 years. This is my identity.
So this is a recent thing?
Yeah.
Wow, bro.
This is my identity. This is who I am. This is like, people who know, like, this is Jordan, or the nigga who play football.
Right.
Like, this is what I was. And I was so, like, hurt. And, like, I felt like the game didn't love me back. I did everything I was supposed to do. I did it I did it their way and my way. I made it work. I'm like, of course, why me? And I'm like, damn, this shit is like, it's just not working out for me. So I'm like, fuck it. So, it was a real dark time for me. Of course, I was suicidal. I was going through a lot of shit. I feel like I ain't had nobody. I just got back from Michigan living by myself. Now I'm living with people, and I'm just like, I'm not who I was. I'm just stuck in this environment. Like, I feel like the walls are caving in on me. Like, I'm not the person my mom can call for some money now. I'm not this and that. And, like, I'm letting all that shit define who I was. And it was just like, I was fucked up. I was like, yeah, fuck this shit. Like, I'm going to die anyways. Fuck it. So I was in a dark ass place. And then, like, I just started writing again. And then, like, it just made me realize, like, football was a part of me. Like, it wasn't who I was. I got more to my life than playing football. Like, I did it. I won 2 championships. I won one at Michigan. I won one at Laney. I went as far as to the NFL. I went to the big name schools. I played. I wasn't just a dink and dunk player. I did it. I did it as far as anybody from Richmond is going to do it. So I'm like, all right, now show the kids the way. Now give back. And, my mom always thought I could be a mentor. So I'm sure I can talk to the kids. But I'm like, I guess. I'm like, I'm finna start coaching and start doing my film shit. Like, I started noticing, like, damn, I got a film degree. Damn, I got a psychology degree. Damn, I got this and that. That's outside of football. But, like, it's hard to really navigate yourself when all you know is playing football. Like, you go out there, and, like, I'm going out practice, like, damn, I miss this shit.
Right.
And I'm fresh out of that. Like, I'm 9 months fresh out of just playing football. I just played football last year in January. Like,
wow, bro.
I'm fresh. And it's like, that shit put a toll on me. So then, like,
how does it feel to be at a point in your life where it had to be when you, especially when you got to Oregon State, it had to be like, man, I'm figuring this shit out finally. Like, it's about to happen. Mm-hmm. And then for it to be snatched away from you from something that's out of your control.
Like, I'm getting calls from NFL coaches. We're going to be at the game this week. Man, I hope you ball out. I'm calling back home like, nigga, I'm going to the league. That's nigga, I'm finna go crazy. I'm like, it's finna happen, bro. Like, I'm telling my twin, like, man, give me a year, bro. Like, we're gonna be on, he like, I believe in you, bro. Like, you know, and it's one thing I can say, when you on top and you that guy, you got all that support, you got to stay down to who you are. Because when you get down, those people were not going to be there. I was for the hype. I was like, oh, I got all these motherfuckers who love me, people there for me. Nigga, when I ain't have $1, I'm back home and I'm like, what I'm going to do in my life? Not a call, not an email, not a pigeon with the letter on his ankle, nothing. It's just me. And then, like, you know, it's my family, but I'm not really putting that on them, like on my immediate family, because, you know, they understanding as much as I give them. I'm not telling them everything. So I'm like, yeah, motherfuckers really don't fuck with me. Like, this shit was all a facade. So when I was on top and it was just like, you know, congratulations and we love you. So, like, to the bottom, it was like, damn. Don't nobody really love you in this game. Like, the people who love you, love you. And I was always chasing the people who didn't love me, trying to get, you know, noticed by them. And I'm undermining the people who would die for me today. So, like, it really humbled me to, like, really cherish the relationships I got and, you know, build with the people that I know that love and care about me then, as far as giving a fuck about people who don't.
At what point in your life do you feel like that accountability switched? Because throughout your whole story, I just hear you kept thinking back, like, man, if only this, if only I would have handled this situation different, if only I would have did this. It's like you're taking so much, like you're taking so much ownage in your own personal story. So at what point did you because obviously in that moment you weren't thinking like that.
Not at all.
And I didn't realize you stopped playing so recent. So it had to be fairly recent for that switch to. So when was that? Do you remember?
It was when I was going through my suicidal phase, and only thing I can think of was my strength coach, Coach Herb. I remember one day I was late for a workout with him. It was with just him, like our morning workout. And I'm late. I'm like, oh, Coach, I'm and he looked at me. Mind you, this guy is white, you know. But he understands black people. Now I love him for that. He was like, he looked at me. He was like, I got my head down. Like, nobody gives a fuck. Like, you're gonna be late. Nobody cares that your car broke down. Nobody cares that, you know, you're having a bad day or you don't feel like it today. Nobody gives a fuck. If you're supposed to be somewhere, do what the fuck you're supposed to do. Own up to that shit. Like, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's gonna care about you when you done with this shit or while you doing it. I'm like, what the fuck that mean? Like, what the fuck? And then, like, going through this, like, when I'm doing it, I'm like, don't nobody really give a fuck about the problems I got. I gotta really care for myself and do this shit for myself. And I start going back and reading the notebooks. I'm like, damn, it was me. Like, you know, it wasn't them. And, like, you know, eventually I'm gonna get to the point where I'm gonna start calling the coaches and, like, you know, having that conversation with them. But, like,
I went through that, bro.
It was me. It wasn't them.
I went through that.
It was them, but it wasn't the way it was that I'm thinking it was.
I'm gonna tell you what it was, bro. And this is why your story is so interesting to me, because I tore my ACL. I have a lot of those same feelings. And I was one of those guys to where I went Division I out of high school and then I bounced back to a JUCO. So again, I had ego as well. I was always a pretty humble dude, but it was like, okay, I'm one of the top point guards in the country in national JUCO at this level. I'm him. You know what I mean? So it's like, as a coach, and I have a high basketball IQ, so everybody tell me how good I am as far as just thinking basketball. So sometimes as a coach, it's like, you can't really tell me shit because I can talk basketball with anybody. You feel me? And I'm feeling that in that moment, and not in an arrogant way. That's just how I was raised.
Exactly.
And then on top of that, like you say, I graduated 2009, then I went to my national JUCO in 2010. 2010 was my toughest year ever in my life. Similar with you, I lost so many close people to me, and I'm in Nebraska. And I can't go to funerals. I can't go.
They not letting you go nowhere. Yeah. And it's like they not understanding, bro, this shit hurt.
Like I remember texting my coach one day, like, man, my friend just died, blah, blah, blah. Got no response, bro. And walking to practice, he treated me like everything is normal. And I'm taking that shit so personal, like, nigga. So personal. How the fuck do you not try to console me and I'm over here grieving?
And I'm the top dog in, like, bro. My position. Yeah, like, I'm texting my coach. Like, man, mind you, I'm looking up at the previous message. The message before that said somebody else just died.
Yeah, bro.
The message before that, I'm like, and no response. And I was like, This nigga don't give a fuck about me.
Exactly, bro.
I know he got 2 different phones.
Right.
He got to
His
prepare
own
for
kid.
the week. He got to do this and that. And by the time he really hear about it, just through another staff member, like, yeah, Jordan, it's like, what the fuck, for real? He comes to me, I don't want to hear nothing.
Yep.
Get away from me.
Don't come now.
And he's like, man, I'm so sorry. Like, anything you need. I'm like, man, I was so tired of hearing that. Anything you need, I got you.
Yeah.
Like, dog, I want to be there for the funeral. But then, like, another thing as far as Michigan, I guess it's like kind of harsh, but like, you can't do shit about nothing when somebody die.
Yeah.
Like, you being at the funeral is not gonna bring them back. Not gonna do this. Like you supposed to
move on.
In a sense, move on. But like, I was so young and like, going through all that is not regular for a young kid to go through. Like, you can't coach somebody you can't, teach somebody to take on that much hurt and trauma and like move on.
Right.
What was it, 21 people that year? I was like, what the fuck do I do? Like, I don't want to feel safe going outside to my own, like going back home.
And then on top of that, it's like our normal is losing our childhood friends and shit. So when these college coaches who live in the middle of fucking nowhere that don't even experience gun violence, they don't even know, and we're looking at it like, bro, how do you not know what to say to me in this moment? Ain't you had to say that to somebody before? But not all the time.
One of the coaches, one that was crewing me, came to my house in Richmond. And he got out the car, and it's like my little nigga, he probably like 14, 13, he got strapped, I got strapped, and it wasn't like he didn't understand. And I'm like, 2 yards over there is a train track.
All right.
And anybody over there gonna come over here and they gonna try to kill us.
All right.
And he's like, literally? Like, it's right there. I'm like, yes, that's our dynamic. And we only got this to make sure you're safe right now. And he was like, mind blown, like, damn. He's like, how old is he? I'm like, he's 15. He's like, what?
All right.
I'm like, but that's his life. Like, he don't give a fuck about football. Right. He don't care about sports. He care about knocking something down and getting high, and like, that's his sport.
Right.
So it's like he was just like, damn, like, he really wanted me to play for him out there and shit like that. But it's like, that's our dynamic. Like, it's war zone out here. It's no, I always wish I was a fucking square kid who grew up who didn't have to worry about shit. But it's like, anywhere out here, I do not feel safe. Like, I can't ride around, no gun, and feel safe. Like, when I was in Oregon, Michigan, I'm everywhere. Of course, the football players like, oh, I caught you slipping, da 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 da. But like, it's not really slipping. I'm out here living. I don't got no care in the world. I'm not thinking about nobody. We can go anywhere we want to.
Right.
But out here, it's so like constricted to certain areas. You can't really do shit as far as you really want to do shit.
That's real.
So when I was out there, it was really hard, like, dealing with those deaths, because I'm like, damn, don't nobody give a fuck about me right now. Like, he tried, it's only as much as they can do. Like, my coach was like, yeah, I only experienced death like twice in my life. And it was like my grandfather when I was a kid. Like, I'm like, I'm losing niggas. I just talked to you yesterday. Exactly. We was on the phone.
Yeah.
Like, this shit hurt. Like, I lost this nigga as soon as I graduated. I'm calling him to show him my diploma. He like, boy, Snoop just died. I'm like, what? I was just with them niggas just came all the way out here to Oregon. Like, I used to bring niggas to Oregon. Like, the thing was, when I brought niggas to Oregon or to Michigan, like, their whole life was just like,
wow,
damn, this is bigger than just fucking Richmond. Small ass Richmond, that's a dot compared to the world.
Right.
And that was my whole main goal. Like, when I made it, I wanted to support niggas' rap careers, support niggas this and that, so they can really experience the world. Because there's so much shit that'll give you a whole different outlook on the world once you make it. Like, once you get out of here, you're like, damn, I think better. I'm moving better. My mind better. It's bigger than just Richmond. But I didn't feel like that. I just gotta do it a different way now. And it's just, that's what my motto is, not to just do it a different way. Like, I got to touch people in a different way, get to them a different way. I couldn't do it through football, so I'm going to do it through coaching and, you know, get this money and make sure I do what I need to do to say to the motherfuckers that's out there. Because even my brother out there, like, boy, it's crazy. It's a whole different world out here. Like, damn, you got this and this out here. Like, damn, this motherfucker crazy. I'm like, yeah, this what it is. And I didn't understand it until, like, I seen them looking at them like, damn, I'm living a different life.
Right.
How it is back home. Then when I get home, it's like.
Did you ever deal, and this is one of my last few questions for you, did you ever deal with, like, survivor's remorse?
What's that?
Like, damn, I'm way living in paradise and all my people still back home dealing with the same shit that I kind of either played a part in, or, you know, you kind of start sometimes feeling bad for, like I said, when 2010 for me was such a hard time for me and all my people going through all this shit in the streets and all that, and I'm living away and I ain't got to deal with nothing. So I would feel bad. Like, I would kind of punish myself because I got an escape. Did you ever feel like that?
Nah, because I feel like if I was back home, I would have probably died. Because I was a high-head kid. Like, when I was mad, There's nothing you finna tell me to make me mad. When I did shit, And, like, you know, of God given, like, I got away with certain shit that most people would go to jail for. And it's like, if I was really out here, I probably would have been put away. Or, like, and I always was just grateful that I got a chance to do it. And I was always I was so eager, not more so survivor's remorse, I was more eager to, like, pit motherfuckers on. I was like, I can't wait till I get this so I can
get them out.
I can't wait. Like, I can't wait. Like, I wake up 6 o'clock in the morning like, fuck.
Right.
Look at my wall. It's all my homies who passed. I'm like, all right, bet. You got to lock in. Going to workout, crushing shit. And, like, during the time, you're not thinking, like, you know, this workout is only 2 hours. I get to go back home for the rest of the fucking day.
Right.
Doing the moment, like, man, fuck this shit. Like, fuck, I hate this shit. I don't want to do it. Not knowing, like, this shit making you better. Like, when I got to Michigan, it was more like, fuck, I got to practice to, like, all right, I'm finna work on my different move this today. And, like, damn, I'm getting better. Like, okay, I'm taking it more serious. Or, oh, we got workout. Okay, I'm going to try to, you know, knock this shit out. Then just like, damn, I got to push through it. I got to get through it. And, you know, it's so fucking, like, you know, cringing that, like, the lot of shit that my coach is saying to me then is what I'm saying to my players now.
Right.
I'm like, I'm going through this transition of, like, taking what they said to me and relating it to them because they wasn't wrong.
Right.
And, you know, they, as much as I probably didn't like them at the time and feel like I hated them and they, you know, hated me, half the shit they said was true.
Right.
Half the shit was more, I took it personal. Half the shit was, you know, they said it like this but didn't mean it that way. So I'm like, damn, fuck, you know, I'm going to try to do it a different way with my kids and try to do it different because it's always just from learning. Like, you got to learn how to grow from different shit. So.
And where are you coaching now?
At DVC.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
Coaching there, trying to get to a higher level and coach somewhere else. But even with coaching, like, you know, being a dude on the field, getting the notoriety through your field is like amazing when you play and, like, you know, oh damn, I feel like that guy. You know, when you hear compliments from the other players on the other teams and other coaches, like, yeah, we have to prepare for you. Like, right. So now as a coach, I'm getting the same thing. So it's like I'm getting that love again. I'm like, okay,
that's dope.
I'm finally finding my area. Like, college coach, D1 coach is like, hey man, you got any ideas for an inside move and this and that? I'm like, you want my opinion?
That's dope.
What the fuck? Like, I just started coaching. Like, yeah, man, you know, you was a great player. Like, we're looking for a place for you on our staff right now for next year. I'm like, what the fuck? Me? I always thought that, like, me is me, but I didn't think that as a player. But just in, like, outside life, when certain shit happen, I'm like, me? Like, what the fuck they want my opinion for? What the fuck they want my idea for? Not knowing, like, you know, I'm destined for greatness, really, like, with the ability that I have sometimes to get cloudy through, like, you know, self-doubt and not understanding and, like, thinking other situations are better than the situation I'm in, but not knowing, like, what that situation can occur, how it really is behind closed doors, and not taking, like, the greatness for my situation because I be just thinking everything is better than everybody. Like, I got it worse. Not knowing, like, you know, everything that glitter ain't gold.
Right.
I done seen other coaches' positions and other people play, and I'm like, you know, when I really get to know them, like, damn, you got it worse than me.
Right.
Like, oh, it just looked good for Instagram, or it looked good for, you know, the media. It looked good for this, but, like, in real life, this shit not really what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's real, bro. I appreciate you, man. Is there anything else you want to get off your chest before we wrap this up? That was a dope story, bro. I didn't expect all of that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, man, it's trials and tribulations. It's a whole lot. I really feel like I'm just in the middle of my story. Like, I don't think I'm really done. So, like, it's hella shit that I did in my life that can only be compressed into a little conversation. But, like, it's a crazy transition from coaching to playing and finding my identity for sure, and trying to find my footsteps to life as a man, as a player person,
Right.
trying to understand relationships. And when I was like a kid and towards now, from like friends to women, it's just like, you know, trying to understand myself. Like, my thing is everything ain't personal.
Yeah.
Somebody says some shit, they do not fucking mean it like that.
Bro, that's like the motto I live by, and I tell people that because I'm in therapy and all of that stuff too, and it's like everybody's like, man, how do you always have so much patience with shit? Like, it's hard to get you upset nowadays, and the old me was the complete opposite. But it's like, bro, I don't take anything personal. Bro.
Yeah.
Even with shit like this, like when I first started this, I was reaching out to hella people, like, bro, can you come on my show? And then it's like, they would curve me for whatever reason, and now they double back, like, can I come on the show? And of course, come on. Like, it is what it is. Like, exactly. I use it as motivation to prove, like, you know what I mean? I want to show you that this is where it's at. You feel me?
Because and I swear, like, when I be, you know, I talk to my mom, she be like, you know, it's always another side. Like, you can't take it personal.
Right.
Like, just for your instance, if somebody was like, they probably was going through hella shows and doing shit, couldn't get back, and like, oh shit, he doing this. Let me
exactly.
Like, when like certain people say certain shit that's triggering, like, they do not mean it the way that I'm taking it.
Exactly.
Like, they don't mean it a certain way. Like, when my mom see me like, oh, you getting bigger, she don't mean like, I'm meaning like, what the fuck you mean I'm getting bigger?
Right.
She was like, son, you just getting bigger. I don't.
Right.
I'm like, bro.
Right.
I had to like really like. She didn't mean it like that. Like,
And to take it a step further, it's like people's actions are mostly just what they feel is the best for them in that moment.
Exactly.
You feel me? So it's like, how can I be mad at you for doing what you feel is best for you, even if it might, you know, be in spite of me or be, you know, at my demise or anything. It's like, okay, if that's what you feel was best for you, then so be it.
And another thing is like, when I feel like other people do shit for their feelings. Like, you know, they say shit to protect their feelings or say shit to, you know, best fit their situation. With me, with my big heart, I say shit that wouldn't hurt their feelings.
Same here.
But they wouldn't do it for me.
Exactly, bro.
So I'm like, damn, why the fuck did I should have said this.
It's a battle. Like, do I stay on my level, or do I try to meet them at their level?
You know, like, and it'd be at the end of the day, like, you know, I should have, and they not even giving a fuck about it. They already said they true feelings about how it's supposed to be, and I said shit to keep the space
peaceful.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a thin line, bro.
Oh, maybe they didn't. Sometimes I'm like, man, fuck that person.
Right.
I should have said this. But, like, you know, it's that go with not taking shit personal. Because, you know, in real life, it didn't mean that they just really, that's how they conduct themselves. So,
no. That's what's up, man. This was dope, man. I appreciate you coming down. Next day, you got to come back, man. Next, every accomplishment, man. Just come chop it up.
I got you.
I'm sure it's more, man. But no, this was dope, bro. I appreciate you.
100%.
That's a wrap.